Minnesota Democratic Senator Al Franken is with us this morning. He sits on the Senate Judiciary Committee, and later this month, that group will hold hearings on the proposed merger by Comcast and Time Warner Cable. The $45 billion deal would give Comcast 30 million subscribers in 43 of the nation's top 50 markets. That's about 30% of paid TV customers. Senator Franken, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you block this merger?
Well, I can't block it. It would be up to the regulators, but I wrote them when I heard about this immediately and expressed my concerns, which is that this will be bad for consumers of TV, of cable TV, and of the internet. Comcast is the #1 provider of cable TV, #1 provider of the internet. Time Warner is the #2 provider of cable TV and the #3 provider of internet. And I think this will be, I think consumers will end up paying more. There'll be less competition. There'll be less innovation and even worse service.
Their argument is that they don't overlap in markets, and you're laughing.
I'm laughing because we're supposed to take great comfort from the fact that this is the #1 cable company and the #2, and they don't compete in any market. So they're saying you should be happy that we have these monopolies, and now we're going to be one company with twice as much monopoly.
Is there anything they could do to make you comfortable with this deal?
Yeah, what would make it okay?
We're going to have hearings in the Judiciary Committee, but I'm against this right now from everything I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Anything that would, that was the question that I was thinking. What would it take to make it okay? Because you wrote the letter, and clearly that hasn't changed. The NBC deal has already gone through. Don't you?
Well, I opposed the NBC deal.
I know you did.
Yeah, and look. We've seen cable bills go up about 6% a year since 1996. Mm-hmm. Usually in technology, if you think flat screen TVs, if you think of computers, as the technology evolves, things get cheaper. This has been going up twice inflation. I sent out an email to folks, to Americans, getting their feelings about what kind of service they get from Comcast, and if they think this deal will be good. I got 60,000 responses, and believe me, people don't like their service from Comcast, and they don't think this deal is going to help them. I don't think this deal is going to help them. It's not just about cable; it's about the internet too. So if you're a cord cutter, this is too much concentration, and it has implications on net neutrality and other things that I'm very, very concerned about.
I want to get your take on some other issues, but just quickly, though, at the end of the day, this merger is probably going to go through.
Well, I think there's a little bit of a too cozy relationship between Comcast and the regulators. Last time with NBC, there were conditions placed on this, in some part because I objected to what was going on. And I asked the FCC, also sent a letter to them, saying, look at how well they've complied with the conditions. And in many cases, they haven't, and the FCC's had to fine them. And this is what you're talking about is the FCC saying, okay, but these are the conditions, but they don't have a great track record on complying with them.
You mentioned the internet. Both these companies provide internet service. 60 Minutes did a report last night about how much information is being harvested from consumers all over America. Should the government be looking at regulating what's happening with this information?
Yeah, well, I've been looking at it. I'm chairman of the Privacy, Technology, and the Law Subcommittee, and there's a lot of disturbing stuff there. I mean, you saw it last night on 60 Minutes. I really believe that Americans have a right to privacy, that they have a right to know what's being taken, what of their private information is being taken, and to give permission. If you're going to take their private information, such as your location information, that says where you go to the doctor, where you drop your kids off at school, where you live, where you work, what you do, last night's 60 Minutes story was a very good one. I urge people to. That's on CBS, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, Senator, it is.
Okay. And so I have a piece of legislation I'll be reintroducing. It passed last Congress in the Senate committee. Yeah.
Can I just say, it's great to see you in the United States Senate, but we all remember you from Saturday Night Live. We grew up.
Thanks for
You still go back at all?
Do I what?
Go back at all to watch SNL?
I watched the show. I'm a big fan of the show. It will. I think we're in our 39th year. The
Don't
show
we
is in
need
its
more
39th.
humor in the United States Congress?
No.
Well, some would say mission accomplished then.
Very,
Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
Gail,
See,
very
see
good.
who's funny here?
I know.
But bump. Thank you, Senator Franken.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.